thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any spare hands right now.
Exactly. So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Hey, Toma! What's going on?
Hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
Greetings. Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
Ah, so they're friends of yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippe.
Well, the Tri-Commission's work used to consist of gathering information for the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned. But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, we all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting what? Yep, that's the one. And all the time it's been there, the storm has never changed.
What? So her will's changed and she wants to destroy Inazuma now? Or is this her... Nuh-uh! She lost to us! Paimon's just, you know, a little concerned.
I don't think you need to worry about that. The reason we're concerned is that we've never known the Almighty.
Considering Liu as God left not too long ago, it's hard not to take it as... A lot of people now believe that the thunderstorm is getting wilder because the almighty Shogun is having health problems. The fact that she won't see anyone right now makes it...
Right. So, before rumors start spreading, Miss Kamisato got me to come...
Unfortunately, the reality is that the Tenryou Commission is facing huge internal instability at the moment. The Kujo clan has lost control of... The Kujo clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui, and everyone knows that a change of commissioner is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before the almighty Shogun hands...
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan anymore. But there's still work that...
If Mr. Takayuki was in better health, there might be a way through. But now...
My lack of ability is to blame. I failed to uncover the truth in time, and I failed to stop my father. And now, as acting head of the clan, I'm failing to quell the unrest.
Don't blame yourself, Master. You have to at least keep your chin up until your older brother returns. The Kujo clan can't cope with any more instability in its current state.
Yes, you're right. Masahito has enough on his plate at the moment. Mustn't cause any more issues for him. Okay, Toma, let's revisit this discussion in a few days. Right now, I need to go visit Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan. He's the only one capable of taking charge of the situation.
I suppose. Well, okay, no problem. A speedy resolution to the Tenryou Commission's internal issues is in our best interest as well.
I'll come with you, Master.
No need.
Okay. Take care then. Come back soon.
If you think about it, both the thunderstorm situation and the issue with the Tenryou Commission have been caused by the Shogun's decision to take some time off, right? If things carry on like this, people will start...
Huh? You can actually do that?
Don't know for sure, but we may as well try. Whether she takes us up on the...
Sounds like you guys know what to do. Shall I leave it up to you then? You know, everyone's worrying about the Shogun's condition. But if people got to see her in person, it would put their fears to... Thank you very much. I owe you one. Again.
The way Paimon sees it, there's only one person who might have the chance to see the Shogun while she's isolating, right? Let's take a trip to the Grand Narrow...
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Toad to the Electro Archon. Another bad one? No, let me try again.
I wasn't expecting to receive VIP shrine visitors during downtime. So I suppose you're here just to visit me? What a smooth talker. Though your eyes do not lie as convincingly as your tongue. You came because you need my help, didn't you? Still, your answer has... So tell me, what is the matter?
We heard the Shogun decided to take a break, and since then, rumor has it that the thunderstorm is affected by the Shogun's will. So people are worried.
All right. There's little purpose in keeping anything hidden from you anyway. Since the battle, the Shogun has been greatly troubled and her temperament has changed drastically.
What?
Her power was already on the decline. Then you dealt her that fateful strike. The defeat was a heavy blow to her. It also didn't help that I forgot to bring her some tricolor dango and light novels when I went to see her. Oh, the poor thing. Without desserts and books to console herself with, she was so angry she quite simply lost it. Crying and ranting and raving. Oh, I could hardly bear to see her that way.
You expect us to believe that a god would throw a temper tantrum over something like that?
Before you get too indignant, consider the fact that your concerns sound every bit as nonsensical to me as that blatant lie did to you. Faye seeks eternity. To her, mortal lives come and go in the blink of an eye. Of what consequence to her are mortal concerns for her well-being? I don't know the details. She said she wanted to rest, and I have heard about the thunderstorm, though. As to the cause, it is not I am the only one in all of Inazuma who... But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you, when I already have everything one could ever want, and have seen everything one... Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeshu at the gate, and he will let you in.
Thanks, Miko.
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh, and don't forget to return the pass permit to me.
The almighty Shogun has requested solitude. No visitors allowed.
Oh, we've got a pass permit from Miko.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass permit to another person. Not even esteemed travelers like yourselves. Guji-ai is only authorized to hold that pass permit because— Wait, this is... authentic. Understood. Then as the Shogun has ordered, apologies. Please proceed. Since the Shogun is resting at this time, please be especially respectful. And make sure your behavior is impeccable.
Look how she's pacing back and forth. Don't you think she looks a little anxious?
way behind schedule.
How did you get in? Trespassers are to be eliminated at once.
Wait, no, it's us! Why are you treating us like we're your enemies? We made amends, didn't we? Also, we got in by totally legitimate means!
Denied. Use of force has been forbidden. Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude. That is of no concern. This is my recuperation state.
What do you make of this? She's acting strange, huh?
This body has no need of rest. But I am an assistant to the one within. If she wishes to rest, I must follow her will.
Paimon gets it. So this is all A's doing. But why? Surely you going about your business doesn't interfere with the plane of Euthymia. She's got plenty of space in there.
I do as she wishes. I can say no more than this. I cannot. In my current state, even if I went out, I could do nothing. I am currently unwilling to deal with any business. I am also incapable of it. It has been forbidden. Please refrain from making me talk any further.
What should we do? It feels like this
Ah, it's you two. It's been a while. The Shogun can't do much at the moment. Come straight in and see me.
That was terrifying! Would it be so hard to give us a little warning first?
It's not your first time. I don't see what there is to be so alarmed about.
So, is the Shogun broken? Are you gonna get it fixed, or...?
Don't worry. The Shogun's not broken. I've just temporarily disabled many of her functions. Currently, the Shogun is unable to handle any business and cannot appear as me. So the easiest solution was to announce that I am resting. As I said, I need to think about Inazuma's eternity, but the Shogun is still running based on her old rules. I can't allow her to make any mistakes while I am working things out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
No. She was not created to ever be turned off. Furthermore, I had even predicted at the time that I may wish to modify the Shogun's operational rules at some point in the future. However, that's why the Shogun has a robust system to safeguard against modification. It's also to protect against, for now, while I figure out the form that eternity should take, it's more effective for me to temporarily disable some of the puppet's functions, rather than...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! The thunderstorm's getting out of control because some of the Shogun's functions have been disabled!
The thunderstorm is getting out of control? This is the first I've heard of it.
Huh? Okay, well...
I see. So the thunderstorm is drawing closer.
You can fix it!
It's just a minor error. This kind of thing was bound to happen. A small modification. Don't look at me like that. I've never had to tinker with the Shogun before, and she's very complicated. It's practically inevitable for something to go wrong when you start tweaking things. Yes, that's it. I'm not making excuses. It's the truth.
It's fine! Just as long as you can fix it is all.
Not much. As before, I can see the way forward, yet there are still contradictions. But there is no urgency. To reach an ill-conceived verdict in haste, just for the sake of having reached one, would be a confusion of priorities.
If everyone sees that the Shogun is in good health, it'll put all the speculation and who knows?
You mean, leave the plane of Euthymia? It's unnecessary, as far as I'm concerned. But since you're inviting me, a change of pace might well be nice. All right then. I'll come out for a while. Oh, since the theme of the day is a change of pace, you can just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid titles.
What? But you're just A's consciousness, aren't you? Can consciousness actually leave this place?
I have my ways. I would never subject myself to imprisonment voluntarily.
Oh, great! Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be your tour guides.
Tour guides? What's a tour guide?
Someone to show you around the Inazuma of today and give you tips on where to eat and how to have fun. All right, let's go, go, go!
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. The stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
It's the Shogun! What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun...
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to...
So, what do we do now?
Why? It's not like I'm here to call...
It was more the ordinary people that pipe... never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me. Wait, what do you mean, either? Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
What is this stall selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
What's the Shogun doing here? What am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm so nervous. Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're...
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh? Milk?
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk. The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shogun.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that...
Why do I feel... Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dango and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shogun wants to try?
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
It's a little bit like porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this Dongo milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination. Even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly. I'm not saying the Almighty Shogun has unusual tastes. Please.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
No, Almighty Shogun.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on Dongo milk. Oh, I would No. No need. That would be needlessly indulgent. There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novel. She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the...
Sure! Let's go and...
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Eye Publishing House?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
The Almighty Shogun wishes to... read...
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of...
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Well... okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the... there are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I have just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay. Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material? I know every individual word in these books' titles. So why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilichurl is that I only need to eat Sansetias to become stronger. It's so long. Is it true that hilichurls grow stronger from eating Sansetias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device. So it's made up? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilichurls can't write stories. So,
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now. How about we choose for you?
all right then. I believe myself to be... I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so...
Alright, leave it to us. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against. What a strange person. Why would someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world? You do have a point. And a character's... This is Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since child. Right! Yeah, it's just enough. The plot is really gripping. With a premise like this, it's the... Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up. Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do... That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Adding capabilities to the characters.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good Goodness. Are people in Liyue, even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate talents, he has a rare dedication to justice. Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma? If so, I will instruct one of the commissioners to bring him to me on his arrival. I would very much like to spar with him.
He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. What about the antagonists, though?
The antagonists? You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What can...
A doesn't... So what do you think of Yaip? Do you like the stories?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plane of Euthymia, in accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an But the fact is that both the food and the story... I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes. And I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing.
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite... This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion. I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough.
Ooh, great idea!
Take a photo?
It's okay. Come with us.
So...
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay. So what exactly is striking a pose? Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do the more I think about how should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good, but not too over the top. Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural. Okay, let's
Let's pick a good angle to... It's a wrap! Take a look! Here's the photo we took.
Wow. This is astonishing, but she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk. I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid, but it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background.
That's what makes it so special!
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me? If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you. Hey, that's right!
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma in...
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that. I am me. There is only one of me. But I can exist in many... The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her...
In that case, this picture...
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence. Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging? Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, but it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma, both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent god, were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps.
Sounds to Paimon like it, and that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
Master Kamaji!
Why is it getting? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei. Is that someone from the tent?
Yep. Let's find. Hey, Ippei. What's the matter?
Ah, it's you. Huh? You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry. He's not here at the moment. But if it please...
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what...
Yes. Master Kamaji. In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. But for some reason...
Kujo Kamaji.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as...
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryo Commission at present. Does this have any...
Forgive us, Almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryo Commission is in decline. Plus So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of...
Surely they would be discussing something like that.
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa...
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name.
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to... I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't... Yeah, I thought of that possibility too. No need. I'm only a lowly servant. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be...
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiation. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision.
Thank you so much, Shogun. Let me mark out the location of the base.
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception. fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted. Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
Whoa! Look at how...
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains. I feel something that doesn't belong here. I sense danger.
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble. Illusion shattered!
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryou Commission base.
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
Midnight Phantasma.
Fate is upon you.
How's this?
Inazuma shines eternal!
To the fairy.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Shut up.
To the fairy. Let's get down to business. To the fairy. Finally, it's my lucky day.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Wait! To the fairy. It's my lucky day.
Going in.
Written in the stars.
Now you shall perish!
Say no more! It's my lucky day.
Wings of darkness, help.
Torn to oblivion!
To the fairy. To the fairy.
Delved into depth born of ice and frost.
Finally,
Teamwork is teamwork.
Fate is upon you.
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
It's Kujo Kawaji. But who's he with?
Almighty Shogun!
Shogun, what are you?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan. Explain what is going on here.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryou Commission recently. Really, it's nothing worth the almighty Shogun worrying about.
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately.
Silence. Descendant of the Kujo clan. Your turn.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception of the Vision Hunt Decree, including all the recent misconduct.
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis. These are all falsehoods.
Says who? Why, you two-faced? You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan. Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
You are quite mistaken if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryou commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
Well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryou Commission to offer our lives in service of the almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryou commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Sorry, a duel with the almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryou commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since. If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel. Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your abilities on account of your advanced age and declining physical condition? Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
Well...
Well, never mind. What about one of you, then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsuka... Does not a single person dare to face me?
I will challenge you, almighty Shogun.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably.
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's leg. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt Decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single person. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it, because in order to fail...
To be brutally honest, for someone of your...
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been. But if nothing else, then right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform, just as the Shogun said a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began. This is my last chance to do something.
This is patently meaningless, but I accept. The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn, Almighty Shogun.
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, you may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of it.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo. In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo.
As you instruct, so it shall be done.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade will show no mercy.
Understood. Thank you, Almighty Shogun, for your wisdom.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu continue the Come with me. Let's find a quiet place.
Astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, she would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought. I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name. He has shown me how some things remain the same even as the world around them changes. I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets, and the photo you took of me.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryou Commission?
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give... The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies. I have much to contemplate in the days to come. But at least, I can now see the way ahead. I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to as I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. But I've... No need. There's no place for such things. Also, please stop making it sound as if I somehow need the... Okay. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with any minor...
Okay, see you next time! Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end. The only thing left to do is return the pass permit to Yae Miko.
Did you now? How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city. Marvelous. What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself. It's fine. She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't. So, from what you were saying, it seems that she's finally begun to comprehend what form eternity should take? That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress when I lent you the pass permit.
Yeah, it seems like she's...
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves. Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
What? But she's a...
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, but you don't belong to this world.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted. astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the things on the island must have...
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is
General Goro, sir. Do you have a verdict?
more or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggression. We could split into two teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle. Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without—
Sir, shall I send for
I doubt there's time. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first—
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them—
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all—
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui. Unfortunately, we don't have—
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're—
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and watch yourselves. We'll be—
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us.
Frozen.
Everybody stand back!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Decided by destiny. This is long overdue. No touching.
Chill to the bone. Comrades, they've set the ship on fire! Arson attack! Curse them! They leave us no choice but to attack! Comrades, let's make them regret it! Use this first!
Born of ice. Let me scry.
Finally, some quiet.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see! Oh, wow! This is a whole book! Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence. Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other— Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
The spirit of the Resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the Victory Feast. Do you know where we could find her, Goro?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. We should probably get going ourselves. And, I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden.
Sounds good. I'm ready when you are.
Wait,
Aren't you? Oh, it is you! Oh, I wasn't with Swordfish 2. Oh, you really gave it to those Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service. On it. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as her and all the more so now that you're back, seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just...
What a nice guy.
Peace at last. Living the dream. I've definitely seen you somewhere before. And settled. Not that I would necessarily. We're at peace now, finally. And
Huh. Seems he's about...
I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking.
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryou Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinated.
Wait, for real? You're sure?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with the...
I knew it! The Tenryou Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change.
Shh, keep your voice down.
Hey there! What you talking...
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what...
No, let's not mention it. She's one of her closest advisors.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but... welcome back to Watatsumi Island.
Her Excellency should be in the village.
Paimon definitely...
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryou Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryou Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you—
I'm innocent! Ha! You're as guilty as they come. Take him away.
Wait! Kokomi! Something's going down over here!
Your Excellency! This merchant is— Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his— I have—
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take Matsuda, Uchimura. I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some—
Of course! I can I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a—
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove— And even if they did, it'll still end up in the—
What? The Tenryou Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? I suppose it is true.
Would the Tenryou Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting? We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing.
It has been brought to my attention. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that you're—
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this, however, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, I expect you to
Yes, of course.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, I mean, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I also have a few new things to teach you.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed. Nor can it.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a Hilichurl camp. Not by brute force, that's for sure. But our enemies in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence if we strike from above, and take down their leader. Option 2. Hit them where if we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight, they'd be caught completely off guard. Option 3. Use the environment against them. Wow. That will depend on a surprise attack from the air with an explosion. We could rapidly reduce their numbers without if we decide to take advantage of the There's the swordfish. It's decided then. Let's fight. We should take them down as quickly as... ourselves into destiny. Allow me. Come on, focus. The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
I'll put you on.
Thrust, rebuild. No touching. Shadows of fate.
Detoxifying heat. An unfortunate fault.
Excellent work. All thanks to your... Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of... Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a... Hey!
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a hilichurl. What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look... Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials! This is way too dangerous! We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way... Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? Kokomi! Kokomi!
I see. Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items. So the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsu...
He's hardly a saint, though. We're not just gonna give them back to him.
Don't worry. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price. If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this...
Kokomi,
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy... Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast!
My goods! Thank you, Your Ex. You see? I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence.
But...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army no...
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequence. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency.
I have no business taking sides. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have—
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there.
Your Excellency, he says those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. I know.
Not at all, Your Excellency. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. I know the peace talks are
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it... I'm going to take these... Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you. It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the Shogun's existence. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was relations between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks. Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. If we reconcile with them...
Come on, that's ancient history.
I know, it's just...
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place... do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into... I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance... I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but...
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest...
Oh, Your Excellency! Isn't this the captain of...
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, though, for the longer ones. I'd prefer it if you could write a... Are you alright? Me too. It does get pretty annoying.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items.
Oh, we retrieved...
Really? That's fantastic. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived.
I see. Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. And then we'll...
Yay! The victory feast!
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island special...
Great! See... That's weird. How is she still not... Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment.
So strict?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such as... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my... The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, as far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes.
Kokomi really does think of it. We keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in. Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were...
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick?
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy?
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as. You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. And at first, My dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to... You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priest, so whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come... Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast. I have to make a speech tonight. And I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could... I was reading a book last time I was here, but... I only got about...
We'll find it and then we'll read it out to you.
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa. So does Kokomi make time to do Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement? Consolidated annual... This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of... Hey, look! Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was the wrong one. It's gotta be this. Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one. Ooh, it's pretty. Well... Kokomi!
actually. Yes, that's the one.
Kokomi? Oh no! Tonight's the victory feast! Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner! You sure that... She does look pretty.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Did you see? What time is it? Did I fall?
Yep, you've been out for ages!
I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Woohoo!
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think...
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you.
That's great!
Welcome, everyone! Today is the... Recently, our war with the Shoguns, none of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered... Tonight seems to have gone off without. People tend to be more open when they're in a good... I still have no further leads and I'm concerned that...
Okay, sure!
Watatsumi Island is recently... Well, the biggest thing for us is that during the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little... When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kid. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well...
Oh!
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight.
Okay!
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nate, are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See, that he's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving. It's a miracle the fighting is fun. Sorry, I'm afraid.
Sounds promising.
Huh? Wait, you actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned...
Nuh-uh. We would...
Is that so? Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions.
This... What do you think? Are we gonna do...
Well... You're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you, Captain. We made it up. The story about the Tenryou.
What? Poor Kokomi, what the heck were you thinking? This could send you...
Yes, that's peace talks. What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? We are the Resistance. We can't trust the Tenryou. Surely you agree.
His point does kinda make sense. Yeah, everything you... Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor.
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all. For the sake of victory, we embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission, and... I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever.
Too late? Darn. What are we gonna do? The whole thing about the they wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could...
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I think I understand what goes... The talks don't begin until tomorrow. But both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are I highly suspect that one of Kozen's pro-war co-conspirators will...
Well, that's no good.
That won't work. Firstly, the act of it would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste...
Sounds like a really...
Don't let it worry you. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not... Let's meet here again. Well, the peace talks are upon us. Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations... I took the liberty of writing them all down.
Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent... Wow. There are so many!
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are, but any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is excellent.
Finding treasure is pretty exhilarating.
been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time—
Yes. Where you dealt my But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous—
Seems reasonable. Then let's— The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for what we intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your water. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite—
Negotiations seem—
The next item has to do with the movement of people and in the past. Our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogation. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between—
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission or—
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
The Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take every... Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait, 67? Or is it 73? Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one. But hold off for the Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Rest assured, I am fully aware, Madam Kujo. This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation?
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war. At the time, I felt like we could give it a...
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they... With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone...
That's enough. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction...
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few...
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. One day, I will... We bear responsibility. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at—
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But as for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear.
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Excellency!
I have already been informed on the reasons for your action. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy, and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the— During the war, there were highs and there were lows. And in the end, there was a glorious victory. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water, and don't—
But—
I understand, I do. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept—
Very well. Then I hereby declare that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any— You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned,
Your Excellency—
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defense. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on two— All right, dismissed. Go, and if there is, there will be no—
Yes, ma'am. From now, thank you for this opportunity.
I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi. We're recovering. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiation. Do you think so? In the past. But I realize now that wasn't... I have a long way. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
We could do with some... fortune. Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over embellishing that fate only leads to misconception. Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted. Astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them. Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over embellishing that fate only leads to misconception. Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted. Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception. Scry the sky.
Over here! Blink! Over here!
time schedule. Rex Lapis, I am sorry.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Access denied.
Shadow Raven, let...
Adventure time!